Good evening, everyone.
Yikes.
This is your host, Classy Zebra. Tonight, joined by that one guy. We'll be watching the Navigators finals between Indiana University Kokomo versus Southern Illinois University Carbondale Maroon.
This is the culmination of months of blood, sweat, and tears. Both teams, many hours staring at the screen. It all comes down to this.
Of course, commentating here on the SIUC Esports Twitch account. We're here supporting SIUC Maroon and know absolutely nothing about the other team, except that both teams are roughly in that plat average range. And but so far, SIU has gone undefeated this entire season and made it through playoffs to be here tonight. Looking forward to hopefully one more win to cap out the season.
Expecting some pretty good Symmetra teleporting from them. And
Classic play from SIUC.
Lucio's gonna get them in first, of course, and they have got themselves seated at all nice and comfy on the point already.
That Lucio with the Symmetra TP is just the quickest way in the point on most maps, but it's super effective here on Lijiang Garden. We're going to see SIU taking control of point first as Indiana is having trouble even getting into that area.
Pyra is doing great, just fighting off the tank while everyone else is just dealing with whoever these little rascals trying to go on the flank are.
We haven't seen a pick yet in this match. It's just been a long extended fight as Indiana's kind of just let SIU have the point so far, but Jack the Cool walling off the tank and a support.
There we go.
That's 2 for SIUC.
Oh, look at Big Man run. He wants it. He's gonna kill her. Oh, no he's not. That was cool.
Indiana now regrouping to their spawn as SIUC is going to be closing in on 40% here.
Are they going to try to go for the TP in, or are they going to just run it down main? Looks like they're trying... Oh, a nice little wall always helps.
Little amplification matrix pushing Indiana back across that bridge as Pyro goes in with all that explosive healing through the wall. Indiana's soldier here on the flank, coming in to be really the first player on the team.
There's the TP, and they are on the point!
The ults are getting traded back and forth this fight.
There we go. A couple little picks. Oh, just like that. They're ooh, not quite to 75, but I'd say that was a pretty good hold for SIU.
Good evening, everyone. Almost is your host, Classy Zebra, in that team. But SIUC has the TP up, and they're back on the point with 2 ults ready. And 2 devastating ults they are.
Oh. The robots are fighting, they're punching. Who's gonna get the final blow?
Pyro and Jack the Cool pick up 2 early picks, and Null picking off the tank. It's just gonna be clean up here.
Look at the little rat. That's a nice stagger.
85, almost 90% for SIU.
Oh, and we got the Doom and Bastion trying to TP in, maybe get some value.
Yeah, Indiana is staggering into point here as they try to get that last touch. But I don't think it's going to be enough here as SIU cleans up. And
Pyro gives her a little smack to the forehead, and that's all it'll take for this first one.
Let them up.
Overall, I'd say, you know, the other team, they just kind of dumped all their ults and overwhelmed SIU, but they didn't really leave anything held back for the aftermath.
Yeah, SIU did a good job at splitting up their ults and comboing the important ones instead of just throwing all of them into one team fight.
Yeah, as tempting as that Q button is to press as soon as you hear all the other ones, holding it can be a little nice.
I think we're going to see the same comp from SIUC
Still getting that Lucio speed boost. Oh,
Indiana is starting on the Bastion.
they are. Oh, Pyro is in a great spot right there, making sure that no one's gonna be able to get through. Jack the Cool's making sure the Sojourn sits in her little spot. There's a TP here. Oh, Pyro's going on the advance. A good pick
Jack
from
the Cool
Jack.
gets the first pick on Zupanda. Immortality is burned by Theorem.
Go supports.
Null picks up the kill on Banks.
Oh, they are just all split up. Pyro is just walking. Not able to get the kill on that ram just yet, but they are all moving as a little unit.
Indiana has been playing quite split, and here's the Kiriko trying to flank SIUC, but peeled off by Theorem.
Oh, didn't wall it in. There you go. Use that and more. Oh, there's the Bastion.
Is out early again. Wall does get popped.
Nice pick by Null at the beginning of the fight again. That poor Kiriko just is kind of going in a little too far on her own. Oh yeah, Pyro is just... This is free room. Free real estate, as the kids would call it.
Pyro really is just in there. The second Jack the Cool pops up a wall, he is pushing whoever's on that side, and always just walking down this hallway, taking the space for SIU.
Oh, Ram got walled off. Is he going to be able to do anything? Pyro's punching him. Oh,
The more ult is popped, and it seems like Indiana is popping, what is that, 4 ults all at the same time.
come on, Kiri.
Like
you know you want to use yours. Ah, man. Well,
Gonna be a quick cleanup, just like we saw on the first match here. Those ults just come out all at once and swipe SIUC away.
oh, Jack the Cool's slow little legs are struggling to keep up here.
This is 2 ults out of SIUC, but Rue gets the first picture on Null.
That turret plus the rush will clean up just about anyone in its way. A good wall. Trying to create some pressure on that ram.
The Blizzard comes in, and the Ramatra falls instantly. Bastion's low also drops, and Jack the Cool is just into the backline now, fighting these supports.
May's like our little Elsa out there. The Ice Princess. These two people are just walking on the edge. Are they gonna stagger themselves, or are they gonna walk back? Oh, I couldn't quite tell you. Oh, looks like the Sojourn already trying to go in. Rue got Null again right off the bat. Pyro's ripping the ults. Punchies.
Let's see if
Bastion.
Lucio is able to keep Pyro up during his ult.
Ooh.
As Winchester falls, it seems like Pyro is going to have to drop back here.
Amazing he did not die himself there, but a couple early picks is pretty hard to keep stable.
This is a lot more even of a match than that first map on the control point in Garden. Pyro is kind of on the flank, but the Bastion ult gets popped.
There we go.
Doesn't find anyone.
There goes the Bastion turret. Null is cut off from the team. I'm sure he's...
Sojourn
there's
ult
that
popped.
TP. Oh, a bit
Along
early
with
pick
the
on
ram.
Winchester.
And that's...
Wow.
That is
Alright.
5 quick and easy once again. Once those ults are charged, SIUC has just been crumbling. But SIU is about to have 4 ults up and ready as long as they don't stagger here, but are they going to have time to touch?
Don't think so. that Bastion was just able to blow through the May walls and the Ram a little bit quicker than it was earlier.
Yeah, they didn't start on that Bastion, so I'm interested to see what the SIUC is going to do to maybe counter this extra damage coming in at them. But it's looking like they're staying on the same comp. Do you think this is the right play?
I mean, it seems like the Lucio was pretty much their big advantage the first fight, but that second one, they didn't seem to get there quite as quick. So hopefully these walls will maybe be able to get a couple early picks. Oh, here we go.
The Pharah comes up with the Mercy. Jack the Cool on his favorite character, the one we've seen played all semester so far. I personally favor the Mei on this map, but we'll see if this Bastion can counter the Pharah at all, and if not, this is going to be quick and easy kills.
This little Kiriko was supposed to be one of the bigger threats of this match for SIU to be coming up against. Known for their flanking, so they got the point early.
Always with early control of the point. Pyro and Null pushing forward, just taking the fight through main.
Oh, Pyro is walking forward. Null gets a great TP, trying to get that Kiri. Oh.
Jack the Cool with the kill on the Bastion.
Or are they going to be able to get this Ram?
This Pharah Mercy has been a brutal combination all semester, and it seems like it's going to be just as brutal this match.
It's annoying enough having one of those fun characters in the sky, but having a good Mercy that's just constantly there keeping everyone up.
But the Sojourn with a quick pick on Jack the
Pharah. Ooh, a nice
res.
But she does fall down. Are they going to be able to keep up? Only Fear in there for support.
Soldier, but Null gets a pick on the Moira.
Opus. Everyone's doing good. This Kiri looks like they're looking for picks.
This Kiriko has been on the flank practically the entire game. And it's definitely an interesting style to see from a support, but one of the supports that's able to just
Winchester trying to get to their team. Ooh, had to pop the Valk. That's alright. Null has just kind of been... Here we go. They're popping... They're popping the ults first this time.
And it looks like this is going to just be a big ult fight, but Sojourn's going to get a pick.
Oh, Jack the Cool able to get a good pick on the tank.
That makes this a 3v4. Let's see what team can pull out more kills.
Ooh.
Looks like SIUC is going to fall at 99%.
That Sojourn was not...
Barrage, though. No, he doesn't.
On the move. I will not waste this opportunity.
Theorem's almost coming up to wall. Looks like SIU really tried to commit everything to that last push, but they were just getting those early picks.
What SIUC really needs to do here is just pick up on that ult charge and then, you know, push in, drop 5. John Lemons with a quick pick on Null. And Pyro's on this Orisa. Maybe it's able to pick up some extra damage, but...
There we go. It was a little freebie.
This Sojourn is just putting some insane damage down main.
Sojourn is completely by themselves. Pyro's trying to push in on them, but everyone's... Ooh, the soldier came out, got that pick. Life totals are low. There we go, Theorem able to get that pick. Pyro getting the tank.
Uh-oh, quick picks, but Sojourn pops this ult, which has been extremely effective this entire game. We'll see what happens here.
Winchester getting that good res. quickly making it a 5v. I don't know, map.
SIUC takes the point and takes that first map.
All right. That was a close game, but overall, SIOC was able to just keep that pressure up, and no matter how many times they tried to push in, they'd keep pushing them right back out and holding the point down.
Play of the game here from Z Punda. This was that first fight where they just took the point from SIUC, kind of melted everyone with these ults, and then fully charged the Symmetra.
I was a little curious. I thought it said one of the people left on the enemy team. Not sure if that was on purpose or what.
And we're back with this second map of the match, going to Paraiso for the hybrid. This is a first to 4 sequence. Most of the normal games are first to 3, but this sequence is a first to 4.
Yo, is Paraiso, is this in France?
I have no clue where Paraiso is.
Cool. Well, it's a pretty sniper heavy map normally, so excited to see what SIU is planning to bring. Looking like... No, it's
starting?
fine. No, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, I'll take it. SIU starting on defense.
Fearon is bravely, stoically thinking about things in the spawn area. Getting all of his Baptiste thoughts ready.
Starting on the far Mercy, as SIU loves to do. Coming up against an Ashe and a Bastion, though, this could prove to be difficult.
Now, I know Null with this soldier in the past has rather cooked. So I'm excited to see him be able to get to stay on this high ground at this beginning part.
Looks like both teams are opting for that poke style comp. But I would definitely be much more scared of Indiana up close.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a harder comp for Jack the Cool to be able to deal with, considering the 3 hit scans.
But they are just playing back around that corner. The only member of the Indiana team that's pushing up at all is this Ramatra, who's all alone under the bridge. No one is even close.
Yeah, him and Pyro were just kind of playing peekaboo with each other for a little bit down there. I'm not really sure what he's trying to accomplish, but Pyro just does not care. Just standing, throwing the orbs.
Ramatra's making his way up the bridge, but getting knocked off by Jack the Cool. And a random shot to the back line gets the Ashe.
Null is just not letting these people even under that bridge be able to get through. Always laying down that. Oh,
Immortality spent by Indiana. And Jack the Cool gets a bit too aggressive going around the bridge and taking down by the Bastion.
A potential res maybe? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, the Ram tried to push up, but it was a little too slow.
Yeah, Pyro's able to create just enough space there with all his cooldowns so that Winchester can go in for the res.
That Ashe just tried to take high ground and missed completely. Oh, Ram got a good pick on Theorem. Let's see. Ooh, there goes Null. Let's see how Winchester's gonna be able to pull up these two. Popping a wall. A little weird of an angle. Everyone is very separated. Down goes
John
Jack
Limp
Cool.
was able to just walk underneath and take out SIUC's backline, and it looks
That
like
was
this.
Oh, Null almost got his head shot off there.
That's all it takes on that first point of a hybrid map is to just get one push through.
Oh, there we go. A good early pick on the Ashe.
It looks like once again SIUC is going to be playing pretty close on this corner. An interesting play is this is just a huge funnel at the long range, but SIU is holding very close.
That Ashe is trying to have a little long-range battle with Null and Theorem at the top of this building.
And both teams holding a huge number of ults. The Bastion pops it, knocking SIU off the side ground. Nope, they stay up there. Okay.
And they jumped right back up. Slowly making some progress forward. This Ram is just... Oh, there's a good pick from Null on the Bastion. This Ram is just kind of walking by himself, just on the point.
Although
he's making the space though.
He is making the space, and he doesn't seem to be going down. His supports are keeping him up from a distance. Looks like Jack the Cool is taking a flank, probably going to look for an ult here.
Oh, saw the Kiri. Looks like this Ashe is maybe trying to go around for a Bob.
Bob comes out on SIU's backline. Jack the Cool with a quick pick on Ashe.
A visor through a window. didn't seem to pick up anyone, but that Bob also just seemed to kind of die right away. This
The ults are finally getting traded in this game, and SIU's looking to come out on top of this fight.
Man, this Ram is just able to make so much space with these punches. Winchester's stuck in the room. Down she falls to the ult. And goes Jack the Cool. Looks like Null's able to sprint his way out. Maybe? Nah, he's fine. Are they going to be able to contest? Almost 2 minutes on the clock, and with that wall, that is a firm no. But looks like they're trying to hold up front pretty close again. Whoa, did not see a Hanzo switch, but Jack the Cool also did not see it.
It's been an interesting match so far with Indiana playing this mostly poke comp, but with a Ram just walking forward, pushing the cart practically alone the entire map so far.
Null able to get the good little revenge kill there. Enemy Kiri ult has been popped. Oh, here we go.
Pyro finally using the ult.
That Ram is just not able to. Never mind. Oh, they are all really on that right side. I don't think Pyro sees them. Oh, now he does. Oh, Null is gonna try to get a pick, and these supports are practically like some other DPS on the enemy team. Jack the Cool getting away. This Hanzo is definitely knowing where to shoot these arrows at. And there goes another pick from this Hanzo, who's just kind of pelting arrows over this fence.
It looks like Winchester's gonna come out with Perez, although they're gonna fall.
Alright, the ultimates are going off left and right. A good little trade, I guess. So 3v3. It's a wall from SIU, making sure that no more progress is being made. Null's just kind of chilling up there by himself, making sure that high ground is secure. This Hanzo is just like on repeat, jumping. Pyro tried to rock him.
It's a good strategy. I mean, that spot allows you to get a nice sideline and just pelt arrows on some relative safely.
Fear him getting a good pick on that soldier. Supports these days, I'll tell ya, they aren't there for healing anymore. They got guns just as powerful.
It's really important to have supports that are able to utilize the damage of the characters and not just be heal box. And we're really seeing that from both teams here, with supports on both sides getting important picks.
These soldiers, Null and Theorem, or not Theorem, Null and the other guy, having this battle for high ground up here. Null's popping his visor. The Kiri cleanses it. Theorem snags the kill. Oh, they're running. Are they able to get anything else?
Boom. Up 2 now in this fight, and it looks like Indiana's gonna have to.
Anything else?
All
that
Kiri
TPs.
30 seconds left with the payload under the bridge. How much farther is it going to be able to move?
Got ultimates coming up from Pyro and Winchester. A good little gravity and Valk. Oh! An amazing pick from Jack the Cool there on the Hanzo early. Ram's trying to pressure these people up on the high ground.
And it looks like just both tanks are just fighting the other team's backline, but the Ram pops his ult and it has been devastating so far. Getting a quick pick on Winchester.
See what Theorem's able to do, keeping them up.
Theorem falls, and SIU is now without supports. If they get staggered here, it's going to be quick and easy.
A good rock there.
We're getting that clean up. And will there be a touch here? Like, Pyro's just going to make it a point, getting a rock there on the Ramatra, held up by Winchester, but just taken down.
This opposing... Oh, a good wall from Theorem. And it looks like the soldier is just going to look at him.
Yeah, and doesn't look like Jackcool's going to be able to touch. Held him to overtime, though, this first half of Para ESO. We'll have to see how far SIUC can get on this attack.
Definitely has been a good game. Both teams have been able to have some good back and forth moments, but I mean, there towards the end, it just seemed like it was early pick after early pick, and sadly in that very last fight, the opposing team just got the early pick first.
Well, there was, on that entire push part, even though SIUC was winning fights, getting the picks, that Ramacha just wasn't going down and just continued to walk that cart all the way across the map.
No idea how that man was alive for so long. I mean, Plat 1 tank, so basically a master at the role at this point. Alright, looks like the Pharah is still gonna be there. Picking up the Bastion now, though. Winchester maybe wanting to stick with this Mercy. I'm really interested to see what Pyro's gonna be thinking about here against this Ram.
Looks like Pyro's gonna match the Ram, and we're seeing more of a bunkery comp here from Indiana with the Sim, which means Pyro's swap may not be the greatest.
Nah, I have faith. They got the Bastion now. All he's got to do is just make sure to keep the damages downrange.
See what happens here as the attacker's side doors are open.
Looks like they're going for a pretty similar setup, but this Kiriko is just always somewhere.
Always on that backline, always on the flank. Kiriko has that get out of jail free card and a lot of damage. If they can get a sneaky pick, they can all but confirm fights. Jackcool up, almost takes out Japan there, but
oh, okay. Null got a kill. Ooh, that enemy Bastion able to pick off Pyro though. Let's see if Null can just make him shoo. Good old Bastion. Jackcool trying to create this space, make sure that this Sim gets no value from those turrets. And we are back to the bridges.
both teams back with 5 players fighting this fight. SIUC trying to get around this corner under the bridge. Pyro's gonna make his way underneath.
Theorem already has a window, which SIU's coming up on 2 of their ults now. Are they gonna use them to try to clean this up? Well, there we go. There's the wall. Enemy Bastion.
Tactical and Null both coming up with 2 quick picks.
Pyro making the move on the Kiri. Oh, uses the ult there. Rather interesting. They just sweep her up like yesterday's garbage.
Down a tank and a support. Indiana really just falls there as SIU takes this first point onto the payload phase.
I cannot remember if Pyro uses ult there, but they still got both their DPS ones. And Pyro is at 70% here at the beginning, so coming up pretty close already.
Pyro up and into this building, along with Theorem.
Oh,
pushed back by John Lemon's ult.
Lemon. Oh.
And that's a quick fight as SIU falls.
A rather interesting ult there by the Ram, but I don't blame them. They all were just kind of up in that corner. But
it does give the Indiana team time to position on the high ground.
Now though, they for sure are cooking up these 3 ults ready. Wonder, looks like Pyro still really wants to go this top path with Theorem here.
Well, against a foe like this, you really can't afford to just let them have the high ground for free. Pyro does have the Annihilation online. We'll see if he gets popped here as he pushes up, and he does throw it.
Bastion is
comes out but misses everything, and Pyro's just in that backline.
Bastion is valiantly protecting the payload, while this Sojourn is just sitting there. Never mind. Winchester
has time to come out and touch here.
Nah, I don't think so. That'd be very bold.
And that's why you here with 4.5 minutes to push this payload to the end.
Pyro already trying to make sure that they get as much free space as they can here in this first part.
Got the payload. Move with me.
Jack the Cool and Null still have their ultimates. Oh, the Ana got a sneaky pick there, but Winchester able to get the res up while Pyro just kind of distracts them.
Well, whenever that cooldown is online, Jack the Cool can really take some maybe bad positioning in order to try to find sneaky picks, but that one just wasn't it. Another
Bastion ult for Bastion ult. Oh, the enemy ram just got collapsed on by SIU. He's
going to be completely split from the team here. Doesn't grab the Mega, and it looks like they're going to fall.
Oh, enemy Bastion able to get the Mercy, but thankfully Null, valiant little engine that could, has just been chugging the payload along this whole time.
SIU has gotten a lot of free space here. At this point, it was already 30 seconds left.
And the Nano on the enemy Bastion.
Quick early pick, taking out Null. Pyro does fall to John Lemons, and it looks like SIU is going to have to retreat here with the payload on the doorstep of that last point.
Theorem almost got picked off there, chasing him down, but looking at pretty much everyone's got ults. Pyro's at 80% again, so I'm sure within this next fight he'll be able to rip it.
It looks like both teams will have 4 ults ready for this next fight. Let's see if it's the last one. Jack the Cool almost finds the pick on this Sojourn.
This ends now.
Oh, Sojourn's ripping her all early, trying to get that pick on Jack the Cool.
And Sojourn has had powerful ults, and once again we see it. We'll see if Winchester goes for this res, but John Lemon's pushing up.
She's going with the Bastion.
Null on the back line, just taking out the entire team here. The Ana is the only person left, and the payload is rolling up onto this point.
And I'll tell you what, if there's anything that can swipe some people up, it is a Bastion with a Mercy boost on the flank. Jack
no one
the Cool
expected the flanking Bastion.
Oh, finally ripping his ult when it the game's over.
About time. Was that the only ult of that?
Hey,
from Jack the Cool.
He's playing the mind games at this point, you know. When is he?
SIUC has 2 full minutes on Indiana going into overtime.
Well, they actually have a minute 56, so how about you look at the time correctly? I'm not quite sure how this works. I think that SIU just has to do this portion and then they win?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I've spent my entire Overwatch career trying to understand how overtime and hybrid works, and I still don't know.
It's a mystery.
Sometimes they cap the point and they just win. Sometimes they have to push the cart and the other team gets a chance.
Well, one thing I can say is they're on the attack. They have a minute 56.
They are on the attack with a minute 56. Going in with this same comp from before. Z-Punda has been switching around all game, you know, back on to the Hanzo.
He was getting some good picks even on the flyers, so I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. Looks like pretty much same setup as before. They got the 2 people sitting on that right side.
SIUC pushing quickly to this corner, taking the first bridge as Indiana falls back. And it's just the DPS alone as the Hanzo gets split from the team by Pyro.
Oh, is Pyro? Oh, he was chasing. He is hungry. Alright, I don't know what he's cooking, but he is on the supports right now. This Ana is just by herself.
Pyro is in the backline with Theorem as the support, but falls asleep.
It's EP time.
And Pyro and Theorem are just chasing this Ana. They don't even care about the point. No one else exists.
Oh, this is a horror game. Alright, they are on the reverse flank with the Ram now. Null gets a great pick on the theorem. Down goes the soldier.
And this was definitely an interesting push as, you know, both DPS and a support pushed the front line while the tank and another support went around the back. And I guess that
They
is the one
cleaned
with
it
the
up.
victory. I'm glad we know how hybrid works.
Man, I thought we were looking at a game of Dead by Daylight there for a second, the way that Ana was running.
Null would play the game this flanking fashion with the Mercy pocket was just absurd while everyone was distracted pushing that front line.
You know, some would say that they were throwing, but in actuality, they were cooking up a storm. Look at that, so calm and collected.
SIUC up 2-0 in this series. We'll be back in just a couple minutes for push.
Here we are. No.
No, you got it. It's all you.
Here we are for map number 3, my favorite push map of them all, Servasa.
It's the best push map, honestly.
Absolutely, and of course it's not. This is Flashpoint.
Here on Flashpoint, Servasa, really the only Flashpoint map worth playing. NECC has a really weird thing, since there's only 2 Flashpoint maps. There is no map ban when choosing a Flashpoint. The team just picks what map they want to play on.
And I think pretty much everyone can agree that no one wants to play on New Junk City.
That's true. I don't think I've seen it once in the entirety of the season. Oh, that I've watched in NECC.
Looks like they're going for most of the same things. Pyro this time picking up a ram.
And Z Punda here on the Sombra. It's an interesting pick so far. Sombra, personally, my favorite character to play. And highly effective on these Flashpoint maps as the flanks are just so brutal.
Probably, I'm assuming, looking to be going after this Bastion or the Flyers, getting them out of the sky. And SIU making a firm hold on the point right off the bat.
SIUC quick on the point. Zpunda in on Theorem. The Immortality field is spent. And Zpunda with the first pick on Jack the Cool.
Man, that was impressive.
Yeah, this Sombra in on the backline is brutal and really just took out the backbone of the SIUC team this far in Mercy. And 30% on the clock, 32% now as Indiana takes control of the point.
What do you think? Do you think they're gonna need to? Oh, never mind. I was just about to ask how long you thought it would be before Theorem switched to Brig, but
now on to the Brig and the Kiriko. We'll see how this works. As
was kind of playing the BAP like a little mini tank, so I think the Brig's gonna be a little more in style.
Compliments going on the mid.
Oh, there's a good hack. Runs it right up immediately.
Fending off the Sombras.
Hunting.
It's really splitting the SIUC team here as there's only a few of them fighting on this point. Sombra's still in the back line. The wall gets popped and Banks finds the first pick on a null. Bastion ult comes out, 90% on the
lens.
And SIUC is going to have to touch here if they don't want to lose this point. And ult comes out here from John Lemons. Not necessary, I don't think, unless he's planning on switching.
My resolve hardens.
Got ult currently from Null and Jack the Cool, but pretty much everyone in this next fight will be having theirs.
No real changes other than supports from SIUC against this Sombra that's kind of just dissected the backline so far. We'll see how they push in on this second point.
Interested to see when the Sombra is going to be trying to look for the hack. Early Bastion ult.
Pyro's in, we see a Kitsune rush, and there's the EMP.
Ooh.
And that's a crick 3K from Indiana.
And they are hunting all the way towards the spawn. Oh, Curie, both of them able to get out. Jack the Cool trying to get a little poke damage. A little risky if you ask me, but nah, he's got both the sports.
Null switching up, going onto the soldier now.
No ults at all from Indiana, and everything except Null, so hopefully they're going to be making some big plays coming into this next fight.
Sombra's sneaking around on the backline again, just waiting for an opening from these supports.
Jack the
Pyro's pushing it.
There we go.
And here are the ults from SIUC as Null comes up with the first pick against John Lemons. They're following it up on the Sombra.
The three of them are just running back together, and looks like no one's going to really be trying to engage on that.
the Kitsune Annihilation allowed SIU to just get on point, as it was a 4v4 there, as you know, Theorem really just fought the Sombra in the backline.
Oh, Jack the Cool gonna get caught off guard by the Sombra all by himself. That's a pretty early pick, but this Bastion is just... Oh, the Bastion's trying to go for the flank also. Theorem popping the big shield. Falls.
Pyro falls along with Winchester. Null's the last one as Jack the Cool comes in, 85%. And it looks like Indiana's going to have this point. SIUC is going to have to fight for the third one and try to reverse sweep here.
Here we go. Jack the Cool looking at all these guns, all these not fun flyer things, saying screw the Pharah, it's Torb time.
Onto the Torb can kind of deal with the Sombra whenever she TPs or just is revealed at all. That turret will be seeing it.
When in doubt, turrets out. Looks like everyone's just clumped up over here, getting ready for a big fight.
Oh, and Zipanda's onto the soldier. No Sombra left. Kitsune comes out, but Pyro takes out the Kiriko early, gets traded by Look You're Dead.
Oh, here comes an Annihilation.
That is a flanking Annihilation that's just going to take out SIUC as Jack the Cool is the last one left.
2 ults used, though, by Indiana. SIU's cooking up a visor right now, and making some swaps, just trying to see how they're really going to be able to get through this just flood of damage that they're having to face.
Indiana's done a really good job this map just separating the members of SIUC's roster and then picking apart what's left on each side.
Pyro diving in quick, trying to take the point, pressure them off of this high ground.
Winchester falls
with the good pick.
And Null popping the visor.
Robot fight?
The Annihilation comes out from Pyro, and we're going to see some Rock'em Sock'ems. As he's just chasing John Lemon off the point.
There we go.
And the team's going to be collapsing on this Kiriko, keeping him keeping away.
Very importantly, though, was able to cap the point pretty early on, so they're almost just about caught up with where Indiana was at, so definitely putting some pressure on now.
It looks like Indiana's going to be coming in with about 4 ults here, burning the Bastion ult very quickly, catching Theorem off guard. And the pick on Null here.
That was a pretty deadly Bastion ult. Plus that wall from the Baptiste is going to be hard for Ram and Winchester to get out of.
Pyro's falling here. Jack the Cool's all alone, and looks like SIUC is going to have to get grouped up here and go for one final fight. Going to determine the map.
Looks like SIU has a window, a big lava thing from Torb.
Very descriptive, I like it.
Thank you. I didn't know what else to call it.
But importantly, John Lemons might be getting this Annihilation quick, but Zpunda...
Oh, there we go. Shooting that lava up there.
Ooh! Catching the Sojourn during the ult. John Lemons, 3 away from the Annihilation, has the Annihilation, and it's popped at the same time as Beat.
The robots are fighting each other. Theorem is up there trying to get that high ground, but this Ram is just not giving up the point. Oh, and here comes the Bastion just to shred everything up.
Pyro falls, and Indiana takes Flashpoint. Sweeping it 3-0.
Definitely a change of pace there from Indiana. Making sure to bring out all the damage that they can. SIU had some good moments.
SIU had a lot of trouble getting split this game. Let's see in this next map whether or not they can get a lot closer as a team and really bond on the point as they try not to get picked off.
It's all about friendship, man.
Maybe the real NECC finals is the friends we made along the way.
Real. Alright, looks like we are on to push on one of the most fun maps ever. Everyone's favorite long hallway corridor with some bridges, Coliseum. Looking at a score of 2-1 with SIU up on top. Interested to see what's going to be coming out. The Sombra on the enemy team was definitely causing some shakeups for SIU.
The thing is, these push maps can really support just about any type of comp, and looks like we're gonna see the usual from both teams here. We've got Aura Mercy once again, supported by the Bastion and the Baptiste. Pyro's onto the Sigma rather than the Ramatra.
Looks like Indiana pretty much sticking with the same thing. Ram, Sombra, Bastion, the old lady, I can't remember her name, Kiriko. I play this game frequently.
Again, Indiana, I'm kind of worried for SIUC, seeing if they'll have any way to deal with this, as Jonathan's just in poking at him immediately through the sky.
Trying to build up that ult charge as quick as he can. And they are off. The first hack on to Theorem, but oh, they messed up their teleport bad. This is going to be interesting. Ooh, I think Theorem really could have pursued that. It's okay. She's off scared. Oh, no, got a great pick.
Let us push.
Oh, here we go.
Go on this back line, looping in.
Oh, they want that grandma dead.
And Pyro's kind of fighting alone, pushed up, picking out the Kiriko.
Uh-oh,
to pick on Winchester.
The air support is down, but Null is just the little engine that could, pushing the point.
Oh, SUC is playing slightly split here, and that's just not going to work against the Sombra.
Definitely communication is going to be key for them to be able to maintain their lead here.
And the Sombra's just looking for the pick onto the Mercy. And finds the pick on Winchester. Both teams with 4 players currently. Jack the Cool isn't in 1.
Able to fly away. Null just trying to lay down some damage on the front line there.
Jack the Cool takes out Zpunda.
And thankfully enough, SIU still managing to hold on to their lead here.
Both teams kind of posturing here. We get the Annihilation, instantly taking out Theorem. Winchester, Null, and Pyro soon to follow. Jack the Cool's the only one left. Can he manage to escape? And it looks like he's going to get away.
Oh, he's making
Sombra's
sure to keep that Sombra away.
And he falls at the last second, which is a huge stagger as Indiana takes this lead.
Winchester able to pick up that res, almost fallen though.
Indiana's pushing their way to underneath the bridge. Null from the top in the turret form. Sombra still in Soldier on the back line actually.
I don't know how he got up there, but they're all on the... Theorem is in a battle against the Sombra. Oh, there we go.
They do
That'll show her.
He's gonna fall. And that's how you see Face Control the robot once again.
That's enough.
Cleaning up the remnants of this fight.
Indiana not quite able to get all the way to the checkpoint, but they are in the lead now.
Looks like holding 4 of their ults.
Looks like SIU is able to be making some progress now, and little by little they're getting where they need to be.
Once the EMP comes out and Null immediately falls, a huge anti-nade comes in from Indiana, and Justice is raining from above, but it finds nothing.
a good push by SIU. Just not able to get through this ram.
Looks like the Sombra's gonna clean up Pyro, sending him back to the spawn while the rest of SIU is gonna have to wait for him there. I'm interested to see if he stays on the Sigma or switches to something with maybe just a bit more sustained, but he does have that ult.
Hoping to get some value.
I don't know if it's worth keeping it in this situation.
Jack the Cool onto the Sojourn now, getting up the Pharah.
Those headshots are going to be really important against a character like Sombra. Null almost gets picked, but is able to be healed back to full. Tactical and Null coming up with picks against the DPS and a support.
What is this Sombra bit? I've never seen someone stand there. Oh, Winchester is... Oh, I thought she was about to get gotten. Jack the Cool is saying, I can do more than Pharah. Don't look at me.
Which we're all surprised.
Never, never.
This Sombra's just hanging around the back line, looking for a pick on Winchester here. Going in with the hack and the virus. Gonna be peeled off by Theorem though. That's how you see pushing this robot, hoping to get under this bridge. Pyro's still hanging onto that ult. It's been, what, like 2 minutes now?
Another virus.
And
John Lemon.
John Lemon. The ult is finally popped, but Ramatra pops the Annihilation. And the ults are just too much coming in from Indiana as SIUC is going to fall in this fight.
They were close, but they have just a few meters left.
4 minutes left to go. Really anything can happen here on a push map.
That's true. Indiana has the EMP and almost the Kitsune, but SIU pretty much has almost all their ults except for Pyro. Still sticking with the Sigma. This Sombra is determined to go after Winchester first.
Well, you know, taking out the sustain of a Mercy and getting rid of the ability to res is super powerful as once again Sombra comes in and just melts Winchester there.
Next target looking like the Bastion.
Coming in
Did
after
use the
Null,
TP to engage.
killed by Theorem. Kiriko's once again playing high ground, trying to shoot to the backline as well.
Nice
The
rock.
Bastion ult, hitting John Lemons, but it's gonna get Suzu'd.
John Lemons kind of really pushing, cutting off the spawn from the rest of the team.
Indiana really not letting SIUC get off this top area as the EMP gets out and they're going to clean up the team, pushing SIUC to the spawn doors.
Jack the Glorious somehow managed to slide out.
The robot's turning the corner with one straightaway left to go. Let's see if SIUC can pull through here. Null is onto the Reaper.
Oh, Jack the Cool was just caught off guard by the Sombra and Kiriko just up by themselves.
And once again, the Sombra just going for Winchester no matter what character, and we're going to see the Ramatra ult. Pyro and Theorem going to be fighting this Ram, and yeah, it's just going to be quick kills, but Null and Winchester are still on the point.
Showing that Soldier and Ana who's boss, but here comes Ram.
Really taking down the backline, at least stopping the robot for a time. We're going to see Jack the Cool.
The barrier appears.
That's how you see is coming back in force. They have a bit of a spawn advantage here. And Indiana's going to fall back, giving the robot up for now.
A minute 45 left for SIU. Coming up on just about all their ults. They're really going to have to make advantage of winning 1 or 2 fights in a row. So that way they can secure this checkpoint.
They have the entire map to walk across here.
Barrier unsuccessful.
And here we are hitting the midway point of the map. And first encounter is already happening.
Z-Pundo's onto the cast, which is pretty powerful.
Null takes a pretty good push in. Pops the... Oh, so many things are happening. That's a nano ram. surprisingly just standing behind the wall, not looking to get a shot. Jack the Cool, oh, there we go. Jack the Cool and Null using both their ults there, sweeping everyone up. Got the Lucio as well. Excellent from them.
That's the all usage we really needed to see from SIUC here, as they're pushing around this corner with good space. They do have 40 seconds to get there, and it looks like they're going to have one fight to make this happen.
Thankfully, the Ana, that last fight, did burn. Ooh, Jack the Cool, an early pick from the Bastion. Pyro tried to get them all up in the ult, but the Lucio is just making them a little quicker than they have been the rest of this match.
And that is a quick fight there as Indiana takes it. We'll see if anyone from SIUC is close enough to touch, but...
Oh, they are not touching the robot. I do not think it's
seem like that's going to happen here.
Jack the Cool running with all their might.
Go, as Banks used the ult. But Jack the Cool hits the touch, but is antied.
There's Null.
Null's on the point. The Reaper is in. Once again dropped. Pyro's in, but that isn't an annihilation coming out. Winchester drops the beat, and we'll see what happens here.
Oh,
Pyro's still
I'm not
alive.
sure what time it is. Not noon. Pyro trying with everything, and they clean them up.
And that is a quick fight there in overtime, as SIUC was really staggered trying to walk in just to touch the point, barely making it on, but just one after another dropping as they're all fighting alone.
Indiana bringing it to an even 2-2 now against SIU. Still anyone's game. Interested to see what happens.
Up next, we will have a hybrid as we go into the 5th map of the series.
Another great Nano Matra. You know the drill. It wins. accurate.
And we're back with, what is this? The 5th map of the set, going to Rialto. This is not Rialto. SIUC wanted to go to Rialto, but for some reason the map doesn't work, so we're going to Route 66. They both start with an R. I'm a little confused.
Hey, it's basically the same thing.
They're basically the same map. So they've got that long corridor and the bridge. You know, the map with the bridge?
Oh, that's my favorite one, actually.
My favorite map. My favorite map is that one with the bridge and that corridor. Pyro is now on to the Ramatra again. Jack the Cool playing Mei rather than the Pharah. And then we got Null on the Bastion Theorem, on the Baptiste again, and Winchester coming in on the Lucio, hoping to get some speeds, as this seems to be a kind of brawl-ish push thingamajigger.
It's a group of 5 people for sure. Indiana pretty much just going with the same thing they had been rocking with. Got the Sombra Bastion, got the Kiriko, Rams in the front. So they're trying to push up top.
Sombra is coming around behind Null and Theorem here. 2 of the easier characters to pick off for this character. And is going to find a quick pick on Null. The immortality is spent from Theorem, and then another pick there on Theorem. Just taking out the backline immediately.
Pyro's still trying to survive with all of his might. Jack the Cool. And just like that, there was no one.
The quick team wipe. Once again, SIUC being slightly split there, and the Sombra was able to just go in and really clean up on top of that gas station.
Looks like SIU's maybe gonna have to be a little more bunkered up. Oh, and the Sombra is going for the spawn camps. And that's what, you know, a Sombra player would.
Maybe get a bit more escapability in that backline, as Sombra's now dueling Theorem in the backline. SIUC really needs to just ignore her currently and get him to the point as Banks takes out Theorem, and it's a 5v4. Annihilation gets popped, and SIUC is kind of just crumbling here as Indiana takes the first point.
There's about 5 minutes on the clock. Null trying to get a little chip damage early on, but it's a little risky. This Sombra has been a menace.
266 is just one of those maps that's so open, and the virus on Theorem allows Banks to get a quick headshot. And SIU's kind of playing staggered here most of this game.
Indiana is just shooting at them from every angle possible. Onto the payload. Princess is just carrying on the payload while they
I know, if you focus in on Look You're Dead, probably the most important member on Indiana's team here, pushing the payload. We saw an EMP.
Sombra's able to pick up the kill on Jack the Cool, but Theorem's popping the wall. Coalescence.
What is the Coalescence? 2 picks for SIUC. That makes it 3, and it looks like SIUC is going to come up with their first fight of this map as the
Pyro trying to go. Man wants to get one of those spawn kills like the other team got. A tactical grenade.
Have to watch here, as if they get off the point at all, this Sombra is going to be able to backcap. Staying on top of this building, it's a very powerful position, as only one member of SIU's team is really able to get up there and attack.
This Sombra and Kiriko duo are a nasty combo on the flank.
Oh, we're gonna see the bash and all, just taking out 2 of them.
Pyro and Jack the Cool trying to stay together, but this Ram just is walking and walking.
Indiana's gonna be pushing this part towards the second checkpoint. SIUC is gonna come in and potentially touch. This building is just brutal with the Sombra on top, supported by the Kiriko. It's really hard to kill that Sombra, and it looks like the payload's gonna make it to this checkpoint without any contest.
SIU has 3 ults, being the DPS and the tank ults. Sombra is still trying to give a Theorem, or not Theorem, no, a little anger in the back line.
But Jack the Fool's gonna get a really good wall off on John Lemons, but he managed to stay up. Pyro pops the Annihilation, and John Lemons gets the Nano Annihilation.
Bastion on the flank, picking off Null during his ult, and that is just a team wipe from Indiana.
A clean team kill as Indiana is approaching this third point, the last point, with 3 minutes left on the clock.
My gift to you.
Jack the Cool still has the Blizzard from May, but here comes the Kitsune rush. Null gets a great pick at the beginning. Here comes the Blizzard. Ooh, he's able to get a good freeze.
Let's see if they're able to capitalize and get this kill on the tank. They managed to melt him down, and SIUC is going to have to hold here now with the support ults coming up while
the DPS are going in kind of deep. This Kiriko is just pelting at Jack the Cool while he's running away. But this Sombra is... Oh, I think she went. They're starting to get a little fixated on making sure this Sombra doesn't get to stay unnoticed.
Now I think this Reaper switch is pretty good, especially in this smaller area, and can really do some burst damage, maybe take out this Ram a lot quicker than possible before.
Oh, absolutely. I think the Reaper May are able to help peel a lot better whenever the Sombra's going onto someone. Jack the Cool gets a great pick. Alright. Jinx, you owe me a coat.
And Null's in on the Sombra, playing from the top.
Oh, that was an interesting.
EMP.
Here comes the Kitsune rush from SIU, making sure to build up. Oh, walled off Pyro there for a second, but Null going in, getting some kills.
Sombra in the backline on Winchester, gets walled off, and looks like it's going to be retreating. There's going to be a Nano Annihilation coming up here. I'm interested to see how SIU is able to counter that.
Oh, that's a good pick on Sombra. Sitting on Reaper May and Moira ults. Reaper is going after this Ram.
And the ult gets popped.
Oh! Still got a good pick though.
Both teams are down 2 in this fight. Pyro manages to make it a third, and looks like
they're off the Sombra.
The
onto the cast now.
The
That's
cast
interesting.
is a pretty good counter to Reaper right now with the Wraith. If they're able to get the that thing that's I can't think of what it's called. The grenade.
Grenade.
Yeah. The Hinder. If they're able to get the Hinder, it can really just end a Reaper. But Null's able to get the quick pick.
45 seconds on the clock. Pyro is sleeping on the point like a lazy little man, but that Nano Mantra, oh!
Blizzard freezes them.
Freeze. Weren't able to make very much pick up off of it.
But the ult is done now, which may give SIUC a chance to get back. The Ramantra
Pyro falls.
Pyro does fall. Staggering out a little bit now here, SIU. Jack the Cool probably just needs to die in this corner so they can get back to the last fight. Held from 3:30 down to 10 seconds. We're going to see if SIUC can get one last fight in here to stop them from getting this third point.
Pyro making the first move. Null trying to get up behind them. Make some pressure. A good wall.
Pyro gets the first pick, but Winchester and Null both fall.
They're still okay. They got
Pyro fighting in this front line.
The Ram is really trying to push on this Kiriko right now. Thankfully gets the TP out while Jack the Cool is able to heal themselves. They're able to sustain through this.
Null, 20% to the ult. We do have a Kitsune ready. And they C9 as John Lemons is pushed off the point.
Let it go. Let it go.
SIUC is going to hold that third point, and let's see if they can make it all the way through this.
Very importantly, weren't able to get it into the overtime, so SIU, in theory, is in a pretty advantageous position right now.
A very impressive hold there on the third point. SIUC really brought it together to hold in this tight corridor, making them switch off the Sombra and just putting enough damage down to really take care of that Ramattra once and for all.
I think we're seeing some pretty great switches overall from everyone. Definitely starting to play a little bit more into what the enemy's doing, making them have to shuffle up their strategy.
And it looks like SIUC is going to be starting on the same comp they ended with. This Reaper was putting in some work. I think it was just enough damage to finally melt through those players while also have escapability for that Sombra.
One of my favorite characters to play against the nasty Sombra. All you gotta do is look at her and be close enough, and those shotguns pretty much are normally good enough to seal the deal.
But shotgun spread especially is one of the things that makes it so easy to keep the Sombra out of the invisibility, which is super important when playing against one.
I thought she was going to sit and just stare at the spawn door the whole time, but she did not. Ooh, Jack the Cool bringing some ice maneuvers out already. Aggressively pushing that top angle.
Nolan Jack the Cool taking the top really early in this. Sombra playing on top of these cars.
Ram looking to go forward a little. Oh, a good wall by Jack the Cool, cutting him off, making him drop. They're getting some pretty good progress on the cart. They haven't had much of a hindrance yet. Sombra's being a little pest, but hasn't been doing much.
Null will fall to the Sombra as SIUC pushes it to this gas station. Basically, the entirety of SIUC underneath this gas station, fighting off.
It looks like they're
going to be going to Indiana.
That was a good first push. I'd say they made it just about halfway. Looks like Indiana is coming up on a few of their ults a little bit quicker. I think we're seeing a swap to Brig from Theorem. Ooh, Banks able to kill Null again early on. He likes to go with those aggressive entries, but the Sombra is just kind of halting that progress.
SIUC is having a lot of fun with
a good wall
as they kind of all turn around to fight. And he gets the wall on the Ram, but popping the Annihilation and getting nanoed is going to pick up two. Rock'em Sock'em Robots with Pyros. Pyro falls. Null and Winchester busy fighting the Sombra, and now they're the only ones left alive.
Looks like Ram is trying to go and help. Oh, that was an amazing ante by that Look You're Dead. Man, I am glad I'm not playing this game. I would be melting at this Sombra at this point.
SIU's having a real problem getting out of this spawn as they just keep getting poked and poked by this Sombra, losing tons of health before they even get into the fight. Pyro taking the high ground, but SIUC is kind of neglecting the payload here as they push to try to take out this team. Null pops the ult, gets the Baptiste.
Good pick.
John Lemons is going to fall as well. Look,
that's pretty good. I think they realize they do not have the point anywhere near them.
But they do get almost the entire team wipe there, and they should be able to push this point at least around the corner unless the Sombra decides to touch. Looks like she's getting ready for an EMP set up for when the team gets back. And you can see Theorem there looking around, just swinging the mace, trying to find the Sombra. We're going to get the Bastion ult. It's going to take out Null as can't find an escape.
Jack the Cool rips his Blizzard. Doesn't seem to be able to catch anyone. Jack the Cool is stranded on the point.
The EMP comes out and Rue finds a pick on Theorem.
They are really making advantage of that high ground now. SIU, oh, a good ante. Just Jack the Cool and Null.
The Annihilation comes out again, and SIUC falls. 14 seconds left to go. See if Theorem can get into touch.
10 seconds remaining.
He is the fastest Brig NA. Do they realize he's there?
And he's on the point. He manages to ult. See if he can live long enough, but he falls. See if anyone else can make it. And there's not going to be a touch from SIUC. Map 5
Goes to Indiana.
making it 3-2 in favor of them. This is a first to 4 match, so still
This
anyone's game.
Ramatra, John Lemon, I'll tell you what, he's a sour one. He just starts running forward and he gets that nano from Look You're Dead in the background. And he is just able to walk.
These alt combos have just been brutal. Brutal. SIUC is really going to need to focus on stopping these combinations from happening, find a way to counter them.
SIU known to be amazing at when the pressure starts building, so exciting things are in the future. Samoa.
Yeah, you got it. Continue from there.
Damn. Okay.
You spoke first.
We are on, what is this? Map 6?
Map 6, yes.
On brand new Samoa, nice little tropical environment here. Indiana currently with the advantage at 3-2. SIU gonna need to swap things up, show them a little razzle dazzle. Make
Looks like
sure
you're going to be opening the map with a Symmetra and a Reaper this time.
very interesting.
Not a count normally seen, and Pyro on the Orisa, really hoping for these counter picks. No Sombra at the beginning of this map from Indiana. We'll see how it goes.
I have not played this map very much, so I did not realize it's a sim map.
There are some interesting places for Sim. Getting some early damage for us that you see as Pyro, Null, and Winchester take that bridge.
Ooh, Sombra tried to get that pick. Oh, and that Bastion able to snag that low Winchester. No one's capped the point yet. Battle is still just kind of sitting on the bridge.
Both teams kind of fighting across this high ground as the Sombra is just bullying Winchester, trying to get out of spawn. Banks is going to get a quick pick on Null, and still no one's capped.
Pyro stalling with all his life, and like that. Just kidding. Now it's going to go.
Indiana takes the point now, about a minute in, and SIUC has troubles getting anything out of spawn so far against this Sombra.
Pyro has said enough of the hacking, no more trolls allowed, you will be bubbled.
Once again, SIUC kind of splits to try to fight this Sombra. Pyro coming in. And the team's just not with him now. Bastion turrets pop. John Lemons is going to get a pick on Null, and it's a 4v5. The Annihilation's already out as SIUC just falls at this first point.
A little unnecessary, I think, to pop the Bastion ult, but hey, I mean, it kept the point in their favor.
SIU's going to be coming up on about 3, maybe 4 ults this fight.
Oh, Jack the Cool almost got picked off there. Had to burn the M-Wart. Sombra getting close to that EMP. Theorem looks panicked more than anyone else to be on the hunt for the Sombra.
Sombra back on the back line, fighting against the supports. And SIUC is once again split as they half the team TP'd in and the other half is fighting. Null takes out the Sombra, but John Lemons also gets a pick.
Is Jack the Fool's able to cap the point? Null gets both the picks on the supports. Down goes Jack the Fool.
Left is John Lemons against Pyro and Null as they take this point pretty sneakily.
Looks like still got the window from Theorem. Pyro probably within this next fight will be able to build up a Grav. Sombra is still sitting on this EMP. I wonder.
Looking for an in, trying to catch one of these supports. It looks like as she's kind of just hanging around there.
I wonder if Indiana's going to do what they did in the past and just kind of dump all their ults, or if they're going to maybe be a little bit more reserved with them.
The more comes out from SIUC along with the window.
That looks bigger than normal. Very wide.
The Annihilation.
Another Annihilation.
Along with the Kiriko.
Oh, manages to pick off the Sombra, but the virus still gets her.
Yeah, SIUC falls there once again to the Annihilation. 61%, but Indiana is going to take point, and they're closing in on that 100.
Hopefully with this Lucio and the rest of their team, they should be able to go. Theorem, Anna, poor grandma, is just going to be left in the dirt.
SIUC has 5% to try to make it to point. Tactical is on as Torbjorn.
Oh!
Pyro drops that, and all the ults are coming out from SIUC. Everything they've been holding, but there's the EMP. Winchester's turn, along with Theorem.
That was a nasty anti there.
It's a 3v3. Null pops the ult, but doesn't seem to catch anyone.
Bastion alone. Oh, picks off Null. It is just Pyro and Jack the Cool. They are needing to be reserved. Down goes Pyro.
And it's just Jack the Cool to hold this. He's gonna have to stay on point here, or else they're gonna take it. The overtime
is he able to touch?
Winchester gets on the point.
Makes the touch. And it looks like the Bastion is able to hold everyone off.
These control points have been very close so far. I'm interested to see how this next point goes, as once again both teams have really just been fighting it out, and it's that ult economy that has really seemed to matter.
Absolutely. I mean, it seems like Indiana is just able to build these ram ults just over and over very quickly. SIU definitely needing to find a way to deal with this Sombra.
The Pharah looks like it's going to come out. Let's see if we get a switch on to Mercy. Winchester does go Mercy here, and it looks like Zpunda is going to get off the Sombra, but they switched very early at the last game.
Now they're going to go for the early Stim TP.
The Sim TP and then the Sombra switch. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Goofballs.
SIU. Pyro rocking with the Junker Queen this time, but Winchester off the bat is just already taking hits.
Sombra is coming into the back line, immediately virusing Winchester. Jack the Cool is looking, but does manage to TP out, get on the point. Pyro's in on the Junker Queen, probably looking for just some more damage and maybe a bit of sustain with that self-healing. SIU's backline really staying together more as Null puts down this turret, kind of backing the Sombra off with Winchester chasing as it falls away.
Both teams have been making a good job to keep the point contested. It still is anyone's point.
No one's really fallen as both teams are just trying to contest and take the point. Sombra's going to hack the turret, but John Lemon is going to fall to Pylo as the first pick.
Pylo, wow.
Pylo, dude.
That's our own teammate. Oh, and there's a nasty little turret kill.
Winchester's going to get the res off on team.
They still have not got the point. Kill the robot.
There it is. The point is finally captured. These points have been slow to get captured at the beginning of the maps. Huge fights coming on. A good job from both teams, really staying alive. And
Pyro and Jack the Cool pretty much already at ultimates along with Winchester.
Looks like we will be seeing a Nano soon, along with a Kitsune Rush. Jack the Cool with a quick pick on Banks.
Here goes back to her flanking ways. Looks like this Junker Queen's allowing Pyro to stay in the front line a little bit longer by himself. Oh, that was a nice knife pull, but he gets Andied right away. A good ult, but he gets slapped!
But it's just enough to take out John Lemons as he was coming up on ult. And here's the Kitsune Rush. Pyro with the kill on Banks.
A nice Valkyrie, able to get the res, but she's antied, gets out. Oh, and a good knife. Sombra Kiriko alive. Will they be able to make it out of this? Does not look like that. Wow!
The EMP, as an attempt to save themselves, still falls to Theorem though on that Moira.
I'm assuming we're gonna see a cast swap from Zpunda.
The cast swap is in. We're about to see a Nano Matra is what we're about to see.
But Pyro, Null, and Theorem are all sitting on their ults. This is a nasty turret spot on those stairs. That was pretty wild.
Here comes the Ramatra pushing in. There's the Nano, and here's the Annihilation.
Oh! Big lava on the point, but this Nano Matra is just running. Not able to get any value. SIU is running away while this Ram is just chasing, trying to pick up a team wipe, but not quite.
91% on the board.
Alright.
He's back in spawn.
Jack the Cool, 65 to ult, but hey, all they gotta do is just like walk forward and win, and then the point's theirs. You can definitely tell that Null and Jack the Cool are trying to be a little bit more cautious now that they have this cast, especially with the little robot man. What's his name? Bastion.
It should be a little easier now to not have to look at the flank all the time. Pyro coming in.
Popping the Valk on Winchester.
Bastion ult coming in from Banks and not going to get anyone, but Jack Cool does fall to John Lemons.
It's high noon. Oh,
It's funny
John
cowboy
Lemons
time.
dies. Oh! Oh my lord. That ante was nasty. That is gonna be the end of that team wipe. Indiana bringing the point up to 65%. SIU's gonna need to win this next fight to hopefully be able to cap.
This team fight's really going to determine this point.
Jack the Cool has his ult, Null also coming up on his. It's just gonna be important that people do not die early.
Both teams are going to be coming up on a few ults here. It's really going to depend on who gets more value out of them. As Pyro's kind of pushing the back line here.
Good early pick.
Looks like he's ready to get in the point and
Waiting out the Bastion turret. Jack the Cool trying to get them looking
multi-phase
around.
high with the ult. Pushing forward, probably waiting for this Kiriko to use the Suzu. The Nano is out. John Lemons almost has the Annihilation, and it gets popped. Theorem goes down.
Oh,
The ults are being traded, but
man.
Indiana is going to take this fight, and looks like they're going to be taking the series as well.
Man. And just with that, it goes to Indiana. Great performances overall. I'm assuming, oh yeah, look at this man grab the orb. John Lemons was just a menace walking forward. Kind of just on his own little mission.
Yeah, always separate from the team, but never alone really. They're just going in supported.
And just like that, I think this means that SIU's Maroon is getting second?
I believe.
Sweet. Well, even though they weren't able to end up securing the first place in the end, overall, having a great season, going undefeated all the way to the very end, still great performances from everyone. An amazing game from both teams.
It was a game. A bittersweet end to the season, but next season we'll be back. And
Real.
we'll take it that time. Otherwise, undefeated throughout the regular season, SIUC really depended on a Pharah Mercy composition, and it kind of bit them tonight. But, you know, hopefully the team's able to look back at this loss and find the weaknesses that were never really, you know, captured, never really exposed throughout the rest of the time, and work to kind of better themselves as player and come back next season ready to go.
Thanks for watching.